Lord, there are wounds in me that never made a sound, hurts I carried so long, they learned to walk beside me. But you see the pain I buried under strength and call it by its real name. I've got memories that echo in the corners of my chest, nights I held myself together when I should have just confessed. I smiled through storms that tore me apart inside, living with the wounds, the ones I never testified. Some pain doesn't bleed, it bruises the soul. I learned to laugh so no one saw the break, to hold my breath so no one felt the ache. But you touched the places I swore I'd never reveal, and whispered, "Child, this is where I begin to heal." Your grace doesn't wait for honesty, it invites it. You stepped into the silence where my secrets stayed, lifted every burden I was too ashamed to name. You held the broken pieces with a tenderness so real, and breathed your mercy into the pain I couldn't feel. What I hid from the world, you healed in the dark. Now strength rises where the sorrow used to live, and peace grows in the spaces only you could give. I'm standing in the light of a love that won't let go, a testimony born from the wounds you chose to know. Brokenness, the wounds we don't talk about, the tears we swallow, the fears we never let out. But His grace reaches deeper than the pain or the doubt. Brokenness, the wounds we don't talk about. Lord, you didn't heal the version of me I pretended to be. You healed the one I was afraid to show. And that's why I trust you. You turned my silence into singing, my shadows into light. You made my broken places a testimony of your might. From the wounds I hid in darkness to the healing you poured out, you restored the parts of me I never spoke about. Lord, I've stood in the ruins of seasons I didn't survive clean, moments where everything I leaned on broke at the same time. But you stepped into the wreckage like you already knew the way out. watched dreams crumble right under my feet. Pieces of my heart scattered in the street. I tried to gather them with trembling hands, but the more I reached, the less I could stand. Some breaks are too deep for human glue, but not too deep for you. I hear the fractures behind a practice grin, pretending I was stronger than the storm I was in. But you saw the truth beneath the smile I kept and whispered, "Child, I hold what the world has swept. Your grace doesn't wait for me to be whole. It meets me in the pieces." You stepped into the rubble where my hope had died, lifted every fragment I tried so hard to hide. You held the broken parts with a tenderness so real, and breathed your mercy into wounds I couldn't heal. What I call the end, you called the beginning. Now strength grows in the cracks where I once felt weak, and peace flows in the places I was scared to speak. I'm standing in the light of a love that won't forget, a soul rebuilt from the pieces you kept. When life shatters, His grace holds what's left. When the heart breaks open, His mercy steps in next. In the ruins of my story, His love stands as the rest when life shatters. His grace holds what's left. Lord, you know the rooms in me I never let anyone enter, the corners where old wounds sit like dust I stopped trying to sweep. But you walk into the shadows like you've been there all along. I've carried quiet battles in the back of my mind, smiling on the outside while I'm breaking deep inside. I buried old memories where no one could see, hoping time would heal what still bleeds in me. But time doesn't heal what we refuse to face. Only you do. I hid my tears and laughter, my pain behind my pride, afraid if I opened up I'd fall apart inside. But you touched the places I swore I'd never reveal, and whispered, "Child, This is where I begin to heal. Your love doesn't flinch at the truth. It leans in closer. You stepped into the darkness I tried to outrun, shining mercy on the wounds I thought made me undone. You lifted every burden I kept locked away, and breathed your healing into the secrets I couldn't say. Grace goes where shame tries to hide. That's why it saves us. Now strength grows in the places I once feared to feel, and peace fills the cracks you chose to heal. I'm walking in freedom. I never thought I'd find a testimony born from the shadows of my mind. Healing starts in the places we hide, where the tears fall quiet and the truth can't lie. In the rooms of my heart where I kept pain inside, healing starts in the places we hide. Lord, I've carried the weight of what broke me. I've swept the shattered places under quiet smiles. But you step into the ruins like they're holy ground. I tried to hold myself together, but the cracks kept spreading wide. Life hit me in the places I never thought would die. I whispered prayers through trembling hands, hoping you still saw me in the wreckage where I stand. Sometimes the fall is the only way we learn where we're weak and where you're strong. I hid the pieces, Lord, afraid they made me less, afraid you'd turn away from all this quiet brokenness. But you knelt beside the fragments I tried so hard to hide, and said, child, this is where my mercy comes alive. Your hands don't tremble at the mess. They rebuild what life tried to erase. Your healing into all my did what was shattered, held it gently in your will, and whispered, I restore what the world can't heal. This is the God who meets us in the ruins and calls the ruins holy. Now strange grows in the places I once feared to feel. Hope rises in the cracks you chose to seal. I'm standing in the sunlight of a grace that won't let go, a living testimony of the love that made me whole. Where the pieces fall, God begins to rebuild. Where the tears run wild, His peace is revealed. In the ruins of my story, His mercy stands still. Where the pieces fall, God begins to rebuild. You survived a season that tried to break you. You endured storms that tried to silence you. But hear me, God is not just pulling you out, He's lifting you up. This is the moment where survival becomes assignment. Lord, I've been walking through a season that has drained me to the core. I've been fighting just to function, barely standing anymore. But you meet me in the weakness, in the moments I feel small, and you whisper, you're not finished. I will lift you from it all. You don't just rescue me, you realign me. You don't just lift me, you restore me. You don't just save me, you send me. You take the weight I'm carrying, you breathe courage into fear. You turn confusion into clarity and draw my spirit near. You remind me I'm still chosen, even when I feel undone. And in the ashes of my season, you declare my purpose won. This season didn't break you, it prepared you. This valley didn't end you, it shaped you. Now rise. Your assignment is calling. You revive the dreams I buried. You restore what fear erased. You awaken gifts within me that I thought were gone to waste. You remind me I'm still useful, still anointed, still designed. And in your holy elevation, I leave brokenness behind. I'm stepping out of survival, I'm stepping into purpose. I'm stepping out of heaviness, I'm stepping into calling. Lift me, Lord, and I will rise. Now I'm walking with new vision, with a fire in my soul. set my weary spirit free. Turn my pain into assignment, breathe new purpose into me. You are faithful in the shadows, you are present in the fight. Lord, renew my heart and call it, lead me back into your light. You turn sorrow into mission, you turn waiting into flame, you turn weakness into power, you turn calling into name. So I will rise in full surrender, lift my voice and bless your name. For the God who lifts the broken is the God who stays the same. I've learned how to smile through storms, how to laugh while something inside me aches. But God, you see past all that. You see the broken places I keep behind my smile. I've been holding myself together with trembling hands, trying to look strong like life ain't shifting sand. I've been hiding cracks I never dared to show, smiling wide so nobody would know. But Lord, you see the truth beneath my grin, the broken places buried deep within. Some smiles are armor, not joy. I've carried memories that still cut like glass, wounds from a story I never let pass. I've been the brave one when my heart felt weak, holding back tears I was scared to speak. Lord, lift the weight I've carried all this while, the broken places hiding behind my smile. You know, the pain I dress up as strength. Now you're touching wounds I kept locked tight, bringing hidden sorrow into your healing light. You're pulling up roots I buried in fear, calling out the pain I never let near. Lord, I feel you working in the shadows of my soul, making the shattered pieces whole. Do the deep work, Lord, the work I've avoided for years. Lifting the hurt I can't carry anymore. You're teaching me healing doesn't mean I must hide. Teaching me strength doesn't silence what's inside. I'm not who I was, I'm finally learning to feel. Lord, touch the broken places only you can heal. Heal me, Jesus, in the places I disguise. Touch the hidden hurt behind my practice smile. Lift the quiet burdens drifting in the dark, cracked by storms, torn apart. But you found me in the silence, whispered truth through all the violence. I laid down all I held tight, my shattered soul bathed in light. Grace poured in like healing rain, turning brokenness to gain. You are not the fracture, you are the light that leaks through it. You are the prayer whispered across galaxies, the soul kissed by stardust and mercy. Let the breaking be your becoming, let the surrender be your rising. You are not falling apart, you are falling into grace, gracefully broken, yet held in love. Lifted by hands from heaven above. I'm not ashamed of the cracks I bear. They shine with glory, they show you're there. Gracefully broken, but never alone. In every weakness, your power is shown. I rise in pieces, I rise in praise, transformed by mercy, consumed by grace. I walk through fire, walk through flood, my tears became a sacred blood. You wrote redemption on my skin, a holy war you chose to win. Now I stand with open hands on sacred ground and promised lands. My scars are songs, my wounds are wings. I soar with hope, my spirit sings. You are the constellation of every prayer you've ever cried. You are the wave that refused to drown. The universe bends to witness your healing. The stars rejoice when you rise. You are not just surviving, you are transfiguring. Grace is your gravity, love is your launch. Break me gently, break me true. If it means I'll be more like you, let the light in every tear be the proof that you are near. So let your brokenness be your altar. Let your surrender be your song. You are the miracle unfolding. You are the light emerging from the night. Gracefully broken, but eternally whole. Gracefully broken, yet rising high. My spirit dances across the sky. In every fracture, your love remains a symphony born from holy pain.